Alright, so now that you've done everything that's in the sleeve of your binder, now it's time to kind of move on. I'm going to kind of just give you a quick overview of the tabs in each part of your binder. In each one of these we're going to have a kind of a video teaching to where you can kind of dig in and we'll explain it a little bit more, but just to give you kind of an overview of what all you're looking at, because I know you pick it up and you're like, man, this thing's thick and it's overwhelming, and you're wondering like, man, am I going to have to go through all this? Man, is this like school? No, this is a rite of passage into true manhood. And so like manhood consists of, we call it the core 4 areas of our lives. It's your being, that's who you are, you and God, and that is who you are with you and yourself. That means your mental state, your emotional state. That means the virtues and the attributes that you have as a man. That means the characteristics that you walk in. It means your ways, and that's all things that you need to build goals around in your being. We have bonds. That's your relationships. You know, you need to set goals, new goals when it comes to your relationships and what you want them to look like. We have your body, which is your health. And so we need to set those goals. That's why, you know, in the first video we said you need to go get some blood work done. You need to go get a health check. There's certain things that we've neglected our bodies for so long when we was out there ripping and running, that now's the time to make it a priority. So that's an area of goals. And the last part, which is called our business, which is the things how you want your money to look like. Most of us have never even knew how to manage money or to maintain it or to even set goals with our money other than just spending on whatever we wanted in the moment and not have nothing to show for it when it was over with. So we're going to learn to set goals in our money. We're going to learn to set what is the responsibilities and duties in my life that I need to step up to and have goals in. What is the career that I want to be? Most of us just kind of float in the path of least resistance, and so we need to set that up. What I want my career to be. We've never even thought of it. Well, now's the season for you to think about it and let a team of brothers that now you have in your life help move you in that direction. The accomplishments that you want to have while you're with us, or in the course of your life over the next year. What areas of service do you want to be used in? Finding what you're here on this earth for, finding what you wake up for every day. And then what do you want your giving to look like? We're on this earth to give back, to serve, to be a blessing. And so once you get squared away in this journey, you're going to transition into that. And these are all areas, we call it our core 4: being, bonds, body, business. And so you're going to set goals with that. And we got lessons that we're going to show you on how to do that, what to think about in doing that. And I'll get to that in the teachings. The second part of your binder is called the power tab. And the power tab is basically letting you know, it's like cheat sheets on how to spend time, devotion time with God. In AA, they call it step 11, your conscious contact with God. Well, we got a little cheat sheet for that, and you're going to hear a lot about that. But this is kind of like your go-to day-to-day what to do in your time with God, building that relationship with your Creator. A lot of us didn't even know what that even looked like. I know I didn't, because I didn't grow up in church. I'd never been around anyone that knew God or had a walk with God or a relationship with God, so I had to learn it the hard way. And I don't want you to have to learn it the hard way. I want to give you the cheat sheet, on how to navigate this thing to where it stays purposeful, to where it stays on track, to where you don't get lost in it, you don't get confused in it. So open up that power tab, and we're going to dig into that a little bit later in the teachings on just each section of your binder, but this is just a general overview for today. The third tab is called your awareness tab, and within that is, I always say, a man that is unaware is a sitting duck. You know, every guy that is unaware of what is going on the inside of him and why it's going on, what's going on around him and why it's going on, the real reasons of why they're going on, is going to continue to get hustled. He's going to continue to lose. He's going to continue to suffer loss after loss after loss because he's unaware. He don't know why, he don't know when, he don't know where, he don't know how. He's just oblivious walking through life. And I don't want our men, if you're going to be a full, mature, whole, and complete man, then you need to be a man that is aware. And like I said, this is one of the most important tabs in your binder. And we encourage our guys to do that, to work through that work. And it's just questions that you can get your loose leaf at the back and start working through at least once a week. And you ask around, the guys that do this and put this into practice, them guys, their lives change because they're no longer dummies. They're no longer walking around just oblivious to what's going on, finding themselves in the same trap after the same trap, the same blow up after the same blow up, the same fallout after the same fallout, find themselves sitting on an ash heap of life, once again, not knowing how they got there. This is the work that we do as men, to become aware, to become sharp, to become weaponized in our day-to-day life, not weaponized toward people, but weaponized toward those things within us that keep sabotaging us. And so I encourage you, look over that thing, read through these sections that we're talking about. The next tab in your binder is goal funds, and inside of that tab we have a sheet that you can get set up with a banking account through EFCU. That's who I try to get all our guys to bank with, because they're not like the big banks that don't care about you. We have a relationship with all the way up to the vice president in the Zachary location, and they help us. They help our guys. They help our men. They help them navigate their money, banking. They are so good to us. And helpful. You can call them, you can ask them questions, you let them know you're one of our guys, and it ain't much that they won't do to help you. They'll help you set up your credit, and we'll help you with that too. Once you get settled in, you're working, you're making money, we'll help you build your credit. And you can do it. I don't care how messed up you feel like your credit is, or if you don't have credit, we can work with you on that. You just got to let us help you. And then on the inside there, we got some simple, basic, elementary, principled practices of like building your money. It's a little checklist of things we don't think about. And man, I encourage you or challenge you to read through that and see, and you're going to see on there, if you read through there, a lot of things that you've done, as the norm in your life that has continually drained your money to where you don't have anything to show for it. And you're going to see practices, simple, practical practices that you can put into your life when it comes to money that can begin today, that's going to help you start building. And so within that, we're going to get back to that as well. And the next tab of your binder is called step work, and that's going to be really the course of like your whole time with us, is the next two tabs, which is your step work and your soul work. But the step work is, it's what it is. A lot of y'all have heard of the steps, the 12 steps. Well, we kind of, changed them up a little bit, altered them to fit more of a biblical standpoint of how we see life and how life works as a man. And so you're going to begin to navigate through all that when you're with us. But hopefully in a real, a true real way, not just some old religious or head knowledge type way, but to where like it makes sense. It's reality to you. And the last tab is the soul work, and that is the biggie. That is the biggie. That's whenever we start digging in, and I call that, that's when the man goes into the belly of the beast and defeats the beast that has always kept him in fear. That is when the man goes and rescues the parts of himself that need to be rescued by the man that he's now becoming. That is really the deep work of becoming a true man. That is really the meat of the rite of passage on this journey that you own and that you have committed to yourself, that you're going to finish, that you're going to complete, that you're going to give yourself to, and to cooperate with this process. So that's just a quick little overview of your binder. It is a process. Some of them you can begin now implementing that in your life, and I encourage you to go over those all the way up to the step and the soul work, and get those things in you. Start doing your goals, working through them. Start doing your power, the cheat sheet when it comes to your devotion times, what it looks like to walk and listen for God. Start getting into your awareness and start doing those sheets on loose leaf paper and just following the format that we have for you, and you'll be surprised how much you begin to realize. And then reach out to the guys that are around you. You see it ain't going to take you long to know who's really after this thing, who's walking in it, who's applied this stuff to you. You'll see the guys that aren't. And you'll see the difference in the two, because one of them's going to be growing, maturing, changing, and the other one's just going to keep looking the same. So I encourage you, don't let this binder overwhelm you. Just kind of give an overlook of it until you get to like the step and the soul work, because that's really when you start digging into the meat, and that's really the process of what you're here to do. So don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it overwhelm you. So we'll see you on the next video.